Hi, this is Joe with PHE Recovery and Performance. If you remember, we defined health as having 4 pillars: movement, diet, recovery, and mindset. In this video, we're going to discuss the recovery pillar of health. There are many things that can be considered recovery, but specifically in this video, we're going to look at 3 components: sleep, breathing, and grounding. Let's take a look at how sleep can impact our health. The benefits of quality sleep include the brain being able to be cleaned up of cellular garbage while you sleep. Toxins are flushed from the brain. Also, the body repairs itself while you sleep. During your nighttime sleep, you experience an increase in growth hormone and testosterone. Finally, the brain is able to process the day's information, performing activities such as association and integration of your thoughts, and also your memories. Lack of sleep, on the other hand, can cause a lot of problems. Research shows that chronic lack of sleep, or just getting poor quality sleep, increases the risk of the following disorders, including high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, depression, and obesity. Additionally, without sleep, your brain can't form or maintain the pathways that let you learn and create new memories. Also, it's harder to concentrate and respond quickly. How to get better sleep? Here's some tips. The first is light hygiene. We'll talk about what that means in the next couple slides. Temperature. According to studies, the room where you sleep should be between 60 to 66 degrees when you go to sleep. The cooler room temperature helps your body to lower the core temperature, which is a sign for your body to sleep. Another tip on getting better sleep is having a routine sleep pattern, which means the same bedtime and the same time waking. You should try for 8 hours or more of sleep. Finally, if you limit food and alcohol in the hours just prior to bedtime, you'll often end up with better sleep. One component of getting better sleep is to be aware of blue light. Blue light is a shorter wavelength of visible light, and it's at the opposite side of the spectrum of longer wavelength or red lights. So blue light is important to limit after sunset. Common blue light sources are LED lights, TV screens and computer monitors and screens, and cell phone screens. One thing you can do if you need to check your phone after sunset is to use your phone settings to reduce the amount of blue light. iPhones call this night shift. Androids call this feature night mode or blue light filter, depending on which type of Android you have. Another tip to limit blue light is to use warmer lights after sunset, such as candles and red or orange lights. A not so obvious way to get better sleep is actually to get exposed to sunlight earlier in the day. Getting morning sunlight exposure means seeing the sun without sunglasses or filtering. Morning sunlight allows your body to create serotonin, which later in the day your body can convert to melatonin that will help regulate your sleep cycle. Another component of getting better sleep is your diet. Tryptophan is an essential amino acid. What essential means is that it's not made in your body, so you have to include it in your diet in order to take that into your body. So tryptophan influences mood, sleep, neurotransmitters, and your immune response. Your brain converts tryptophan into serotonin, and then it also converts the serotonin into melatonin. Melatonin is important for maintaining your circadian rhythm, glucose regulation, and sleep. Tryptophan is found in oatmeal, bananas, milk, tuna, chicken and turkey, peanuts, chocolate, and cheese. So let's talk about breathing. The first tip to improve your breathing is actually to increase your awareness of how you're breathing. Are you taking short breaths and only using the top of your lungs? Or do you take full deep belly breaths using more of your lungs? One interesting kind of side note here is, remember in our movement video, we talked about the need to help lymph circulate through our body. Taking full deep belly breaths using your diaphragm actually helps move the lymph through your body. When breathing, you should breathe 100% through your nose. There's more filtration, the air is humidified and pressurized, and also you're able to take advantage of more nitric oxide, which is important in the body's defense against oxidative stress or free radicals. Another thing of awareness is how you breathe affects your posture, and conversely, your posture affects how you breathe. So if you're standing or sitting more upright, you have the ability for the air to flow into your lungs and reach the bottom parts of your lungs. If you're hunched over to the side or sitting or in a poor posture, you have less of the ability to fill your lungs fully. Another tip is to slow your breathing rate. For instance, if you're breathing at a rate of 20 breaths per minute, which is pretty average, you're getting 50% efficiency. So you're getting, 50% of the oxygen that you could get. However, if you slow your breathing rate down to 12 breaths per minute, your efficiency actually increases to around 70%. So slower breathing gets you more of the ability to get more oxygen out of the air. So here's some science about breathing. So carbon dioxide is what we exhale, but your body actually needs that carbon dioxide to kick off the oxygen from the hemoglobin as it goes around your blood. Another interesting thing is that carbon dioxide is needed for vasodilation, which means making your blood vessels larger. So when we breathe off too much carbon dioxide or hyperventilate, we shift blood into our core, and also it can pull us into the sympathetic response, which you might have heard as the fight or flight, which is not a very relaxed state. So we need to slow down our breathing and not breathe off too much carbon dioxide so we have it for the ability to use the oxygen as well as not get into that fight or flight response. Box breathing is a technique to slow down and regulate your breathing. As you can see, the steps of this form a box. So you inhale for, let's say, 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you exhale for 4 seconds, and then you hold for 4 seconds. So it forms a box when you're visually looking at the steps. That's one technique to slow down and regulate your breathing. Here are some breathing tips. Remember to always breathe through your nose, even when you're asleep. If you need some help while you're asleep, you can actually tape your mouth shut with some paper medical tape. If that seems a little uncomfortable or awkward, you can practice taping your mouth shut and breathing through your nose while you're awake so it's a little more comfortable when you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, if your mouth is always dry, that means you're breathing through your mouth at night and the air is drying out your mouth. If you wake up and your mouth isn't dry, then you're probably breathing through your nose. While you're breathing, your tongue should be pressed against the roof of your mouth. Remember to take long, slow, full or deep breaths, and we're going to use belly breaths, so we use the whole lungs. So we're filling them up. If you imagine you're pouring water into a pitcher, right? You don't pour it into the top, it pours into the bottom of the pitcher and it fills it up. You should think of that breathing in your lungs the same way. Finally, your breathing should be quiet and relaxed, no huffing and puffing, and it should be barely audible because you're nice and relaxed in breathing. Finally, we're going to look at grounding. The easiest way to practice grounding is to just get outside and put your bare feet on the ground. No shoes, just simply stand on the earth. And I don't mean the concrete or a patio, actually in the grass or the dirt. If you live near the water or the beach, add some time in the water to enhance this experience. Bonus points if you have salt water, it helps the grounding effect. Grounding is just another term for coming into direct contact with the earth. Despite the ease of being able to ground, it actually provides several benefits. Grounding allows your body to absorb negative ions from the earth. Having these extra negative ions in your body allows your body to fight free radicals more easily, which are positively charged. Research has been done on grounding and its benefits, and it's been shown to have several positive effects. One of which is reducing inflammation, such as that in arthritis, or another benefit is the prevention and treatment of chronic inflammatory and autoimmune diseases. In this video, we looked at sleep, breathing, and grounding as 3 of many ways to recover. Remember, recovery is part of your overall health. Thanks a lot.